everyone, Izzy here. Welcome back to another video. Now today, I thought I would do something a little different, just to get more stuff out on my YouTube channel until I'm able to actually do proper videos again. But I thought I would tell you all a little story about how I had a seizure on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I know, we're starting out just getting right into it, but it's actually quite interesting, and might teach you all a lesson. So, this takes place about 2 years ago. This was shortly before I began writing fanfiction and before I created my Wattpad account. No, wait, correction. My Wattpad account was a thing at the time, but I wasn't using it at all at the time. So this was before San Amy. This is pre San Amy, so bear with me here. But anyways, it was Thanksgiving of 2015, I would like to say. Might be wrong. Maybe it was a little sooner or earlier. Or later, I'm not sure. But anyways, back to the story. I was at my grandmother's house because my parents, well, let's just say they're not together anymore. So every other Thanksgiving, I would switch between going to my dad's side of the family and then staying where I currently live to have Thanksgiving with my grandparents. So this year was one of the years where I had to stay in New York to do Thanksgiving with my immediate family, which, don't get me wrong, I love my family, but I was kind of looking forward to going to Massachusetts because, I like my extended family as well. But I wasn't too sad. I saw them in Christmas. Nothing exciting, but anyways, I'm rambling. I was at my grandmother's house, as I stated earlier, and I was watching YouTube videos. Good old Dan TDM, the Diamond Minecart. That dude. Yeah, I was watching him in 2015, don't judge me. Y'all were in 2015 probably watching Diamond Minecart. But anyways, I was watching good old Dan TDM on my grandmother's laptop. And let's just say I didn't eat much that day, because I was saving my appetite for dinner. Because I'm sorry, but if you don't have that grandma that's a really good cook, then I feel really bad for you, because my grandmother is probably one of the greatest cooks I know, and I'm obligated to say that because she's my grandma. So yeah. In fact, I have a lot of cooks in my family. I have my uncle, my grandma, I think I have a couple cousins. I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, fun fact, my uncle is actually a chef. He does it for a living, so I'm pretty lucky when it comes to food. But anyways, my grandma and my mom were both in the kitchen cooking Thanksgiving dinner. My cousin was doing his own thing. Same with my other cousin. I have two who are both older than me. And then Lee, my sister, she was, I think she was on the Xbox. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've recalled this story, so my information might be lacking. Especially when we get to the later part. Don't worry about it. It gets a hell of a lot more confusing as we go on in this story. And, we were all just doing our own thing, and my grandpa was in his bedroom watching TV, I think, after he got home from work. No, he didn't have work, never mind. He was just in his room. So, anyways, the whole day, I'm eating small snacks here and there to cease the hunger, to save my appetite for Thanksgiving. It's the only time of year where it's like I refuse to eat. I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm sorry, but my grandma's cooking is just amazing. But anyways, I spend the entire day not eating, or he's eating very minimum. And finally, it's done. And I remember this exactly. I remember what happened before. Okay, let me correct myself. I remember what happened before I blacked out, and I remember what happened well after I blacked out. I don't remember what happened shortly after. My memory of that event is of the events that took place shortly after I came back into consciousness is blurry. And the only reason why I remember this is because I asked my sister before recording this, and she was able to fill me in on some of the details that I was not able to be present for obvious reasons you're about to find out in about 20 seconds. So dinner is finally done. After hours and hours of waiting patiently, I get my helping of turkey and my grandmother's homemade mac and cheese and all the other fun stuff that you have with Thanksgiving. And I take one bite of my grandmother's delicious homemade mac and cheese. I take one bite, and all of a sudden my head starts spinning. I feel super dizzy, and my chest is like burning almost. And I feel my eyes literally rolling in the back of my head. I felt it. You don't know, I can't describe it, but it was weird, okay? It was just the weirdest thing I ever experienced. And, I black out, obviously, and I have a seizure, right there on the floor. And it wasn't like one of those where you're like going back and foaming at the mouth. It was just one of those seizures where it's like, I can't really explain it. Like, my mom says it was a seizure, but we'll get back in that in a second. So anyways, up until this point, I don't know what happened. The only reason why I know this happened, and the only reason why I'm going to be able to tell you this, is because my sister told me. Lee. So shout out to her for having a good memory, I guess. So my mom and my sister and my grandparents and cousins all see this happen. They see me on the floor and they think I'm joking around. But about 5 seconds goes by until they finally realize I'm not joking around. I'm actually passed out, so you better frickin' do something before I die. I mean, that's probably what I would have said if I were awake, but you get my point. My grandmother, because I was sitting on like an island with like a stool, had to chug the stools out of the way so that way everyone could get to me. And everyone's surrounding me. That I remember. And at this point, I'm just starting to wake up. I don't know how long I was out for. I don't remember anything about that, but I remember my eyes sort of adjusting to everything, and I remember being on the floor, or at least my head was on my grandfather's lap and the rest of my body was on the floor. I remember that. I don't remember getting to the chair. I don't remember anything that happened after, so I don't remember the 911 call that my mom made. I don't remember the EMTs showing up. I don't remember the rest of dinner. I just remember what happened before, and I remember going home later that night. That is all I remember of that entire thing. And the only reason why I was able to tell you this was because, once again, Lee told me, because she was there. But I thought that was an interesting story to share with you. And you're probably wondering, that was a seizure? Well, I don't know what a seizure actually is, okay? Like, I know that they're a thing, but all the seizures I've seen is people, like, spazzing out like maniacs and foaming at the mouth. I don't know if there are different types of seizures, but my mom was convinced that day that I had a seizure. And my grandma was convinced that it was caused by me sitting on my butt all day watching Diamond Minecart. So, shout out to Dan TDM for almost killing me on Thanksgiving. Okay, he didn't kill me. Okay, that was a joke, if you didn't get that. So, yeah. That's pretty much all that happens. I probably over-exaggerated it a bit, but in reality, it wasn't extremely eventful. Like, yeah, people were scared, but nothing like serious happened. I didn't get any permanent damage from having the seizure, and I'm fine now. I've never had one since, and that was like almost 4 years ago at the time it happened. So, hope you all enjoyed. If you like that story, I have a bunch more. I mean, I have so much more. I could write a book. But in all seriousness, if you liked the story, let me know. I have some more locked away in my old noggin, which I would be more than glad to share with you. I could probably talk about the time that I was in an actual lockdown about a year ago. So, if you want to hear that, let me know. It's kind of interesting. Kind of scary, but interesting. So, I'm gonna go. This has been going on for 11 minutes now, and I am hungry, and I want food, and I have things to do. So, bye.